Good morning, everyone. So, in the last session, we had discussed about the filtering the data stream. So, we had discussed about an approach, and that is called Bloom filter. So, Bloom filter will provide us a way to filter out the required content from the continuous data stream, and it will provide us a it will ensure that there will be no false negative and but false positive can be expected from the data stream. So it is suitable for applying any data stream application. So suppose you want to filter out the content from the whole data stream, you can apply the Bloom filter, and based on the output, you can perform your further processing. So it is advised that whenever you want to apply data analytics on a data stream, first you have to filter out some required content using the Bloom filter. Now, in this session, we'll discuss about the counting the distinct element. So, counting the distinct element means that if we are having a data stream which is generated from different sources, whether it is a video streaming application like YouTube, whether it is a music streaming application like Spotify and other, and whether it is a text streaming application like Twitter. So you can find out that sometimes we face some problem with those applications, and we have to find out some useful content from them. So we have list out some problem here. These problems represent that we need to require understand what is why the distinct element count is required. So first problem is to count the different words in a web page from a website. So, if you want to find out the different words, it means every word has a uniqueness to other words. So there should not be any similarity between the words. They should be distinct to each other. So we have to count the distinct word from a web pages of a website. So suppose we can say we are having a website which is a news website. So in earlier example, when we are discussing with the of the news website, then we have find out that every subscriber has a different preferences of content as a news article. So when we are providing the news article to the individual subscriber, we have to filter out the content. Now, sometimes it required that we have to count the different words of the web pages so that we can identify the pattern and behavior inside a website. Second problem is counting the different web pages which is being requested by a user per week. So it also provides useful information. Find it out the artificial pages in a web page. So sometimes what happens any news website or any other organization uses some artificial intelligence software, or they have some program which can create a web pages. So these web pages are created by using some predefined word or predefined sentences, and by using those sentences they can create the web pages. So certainly these web pages are created to make new customer on the website and to increase the traffic on the website, which will result in the overall improvement of the web page ranking. But it is not a legitimate process. It should be avoided by the website, also the search engine. Because when you find out artificial web pages is only created for one purpose, to gain advantage, and they are not providing any useful information to the user. So finding out these artificial web pages is one task, and we have to detect these artificial web pages, and search engine must have downgrade those websites which are using the artificial web pages. So, how can you identify artificial web pages? By finding out the different words which are being used inside a web page. And with these words are very similar word which is also already used in the website, and you can say, take some probability distribution of those words. Based on that, you can make a conclusion that particular web page is only generated to create an artificial effect on a website. Another problem can be counting the different web pages accessed by a user within a day, week, or year. Or you can also apply the same approach to any product sold in any duration. So it can be applied for any e-commerce website. It can be applied for any manufacturing website. So you can count the distinct products sold. The only difference between these problems is that they are related to the data stream which is being continuous generated. So you have to be very fast whenever you're trying to find the solution on these problems. So let us go further. So suppose we have a data stream which is of size n. So n is representing the whole size of the data stream. So the complete length of the n, so there should be an element inside the data stream. Now the question arises, count the number of distinct elements. So how can we count the distinct element? So one possible solution is a keep a hash table of all the distinct elements. So why the hash table is important here? Because when we are taking a hash of any element, it is different to the another element. So if we are having an element E1 and another element E2, and when we are taking the hash of E1 and hash of E2, then hash of E1 will never be equal to hash of E2. So taking the hash of those elements will uh, make a distinct element distinction between the element, and we create a hash table where we'll represent the distinct element of the string using their hash as a mapping. So based on their hash values, we can search the element and we can find out that if there are how many distinct elements are there and how many similar elements are there. Now, let us discuss about the application. So we have already discussed that there are problems count the different words in the web pages for a website. So what is the application of this thing? By counting the different word in a web page, we can identify low or high numbers of artificial pages based on the different words probability. How many different words are found among the web pages being crawled at a site? So usually low or high numbers could indicate artificial pages. So sometimes you have created a distribution, probability distribution of the total number of words within a website, and then you will find out that certain web pages are representing some variance from the average of or mean of those words, and it is representing very uh, low or high numbers. So you can identify that particular web pages as a artificial web page, and so on. So these are few application of the count distinct element. Okay, now we'll discuss one algorithm which is a Flageolet-Martin algorithm. It is used for the counting the distinct element. So Flageolet-Martin algorithm for approximating the number of distinct element in a stream. So it is basically designed to find out the number of distinct element in the stream. So it provides approximation. It is not going to give accurate result, but it is a approximation, and with a single pass. Single pass means you are having a continuous data stream. So we will apply this algorithm at one time. So whatever the data stream will be there, you will you will pass the data stream on this algorithm. And space consumption algorithm is the maximum number of possible distinct element in the stream. So you will find out the solution of the count distinct problem. So we'll go in a detail how this algorithm works, how it will identify the distinct element from a real-time data. This algorithm was introduced by the Philip Flageolet and G. Nigel Martin in 1984 article, Probabilistic Counting Algorithm for Database Application. This is a source of these application. If you want to get a more information about this algorithm, you can refer the Wikipedia link given here. So how is it work? It will work like this. Pick a hash function. So we'll take a hash function hash, and we'll map each of the n element to the at least log n base 2 bit. So what we try to do, we take the each and every element and we'll pass to the hash function, and we'll take the output of all those elements. And there should be at least log and base 2 bits should be there. What is that will represent the output of the hash function. And now for each element A, where A belongs to n, so for each stream element A, will take let RA be the number of trailing zeros in HA. So here RA is representing the number of trailing zeros. So what is happening here? Let us go with this example. So RA is equal to position of first one counting from the right. So suppose you are having a streaming element A, and which is passed to the edge, and the output is a 12. So you are having output after the hash function applied to the stream element A, and that output is a 12. Now you will convert the 12 to a binary number. You will find out the 1100. Now you will count the trailing zeros in this binary number. So you will get the RA of 2. So here RA will equal to 2. Now we'll go back to the statement. So for each stream element A, let RA be the number of trailing zeros in A. So when for each element A, we'll take a hash of that A, and then we count the trailing zeros in output of HA, and will be assigned to the RA. So here RA equal to 2. Now guys, a simple question is that if HA or HA is equal to 16, then what will be the RA? If HA equal to 16, what will be the RA? You can write in the chat box, or you can unmute and write the answer. For H of A is equal to 16, then what will be the RA? Please respond. All of you are aware about converting the decimal number to binary number. Any problem? Okay, one response from Manas. Okay, so there are few responses. There will be a RA equal to 4. Okay, good. Now, for this algorithm, you can refer these sources further, and I will also provide this PPT in a Moodle account. So now the Flashlight-Martin approach says record R equal to the maximum RA seen. So whatever the maximum RA value is available for the particular data stream, that will be assigned to the capital R, and it will be applicable for the all the element A, which is being traversed by the data stream algorithm till now. So estimated number of distinct elements will be equal to 2 power R. Now, if earlier, let us go with that. If RA equal to 2, then if it is a maximum value, then 2 will be assigned to R. Now the number of distinct elements will be 2 power R, and R is equal to 2, so it is a 2 power 2 equal to 4. Now we'll understand this algorithm in bit detail with using some table. So with an example also. So uh, it is an example which is representing the stream. So it is an input stream 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and so on. And we have defined a hash function here, which is represented by this formula. So this equation, you can find out that h of x, where x is representing the each and every element of this, and we are taking the 6x plus 1 mod 5. So what we are trying to do here, we are taking up multiplying the x to the 6, then adding the 1, and then we take a modulus of 5 of that. This example is taken from this website. You can refer the for the more information. So in this example, you can find the for every of x, we can calculate the h of x. So what will be the h of x for x equal to 1? What will be the h of x for x equal to 1? Good. For next, for x equal to 3. Okay. Good. So by this approach, we can apply the hash function, but that is a sample hash function. You can take any hash function and apply it here. Now, when I create a table of it for every x, I will calculate the h of x. You will find out that it is representing x, then x equal to 1, then h of x equal to 7. So h of x is calculated using the 6x plus 1 mod 5. So 6 into 1 plus 1 equal to 7. And then after taking a modulus, it will be of 2, which is represented by this. Then we will convert that binary. So here the binary number is represented in the 5 bits. So you can find out that 0, 0, 1. Then RA will be equal to 1. And we'll apply these values on each and every value of x, and we'll get the RA of these one. So can you find out the maximum RA here? What is the maximum RA here? Maximum RA, because our algorithm says you have to find the maximum RA seen over all the element, so over all the item A seen so far. So whatever your windows here where you are applying this flashlight Martin approach, you have to find out the maximum RA. So if you can see in the figure, maximum RA equal to 5, because there is a no number which is greater than the 5. So 5 is the highest number. Now, can we calculate the number of distinct element? Definitely. R equal to, will take a maximum of RA, and that is equal to 5. We'll assign R. So you calculate the number of distinct element and equal to 2 power R, and we'll replace the R to the 5, and we'll take a 2 for 5. So there will be 32 distinct element. So now we'll go back to the input and find out that is there in distinct elements are 30, maximum distinct element of 32. So this distinct element is represented for the whole data stream. So if we'll find out that the whole data stream having a will have approximate 32 distinct element. Okay. So guys, let us solve one problem here. Let us change the input here, and we'll create a different input, and then we'll find out that what is the output here. So I'm just writing the input here, x equal to 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 7, 8, 6, 4. So if this is input, calculate the h of x and take the values of mod 5, and whatever the maximum of this value will be assigned to the, and count the distinct element inside the whole string. Please do it and post in the answer in the chat box. If you have any issues, we can discuss it again. So I have posted the value of input stream. It is containing 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 7, 8, 6, 4. So first take the h of x, which is represented by 6x plus 1 mod 5. And then we'll take convert those numbers into binary values like this. And then we'll take the trailing zeros and we'll assign to the RA. After that, we count the maximum RA and assign to the capital R. And then we'll take the value of 2 power R, and we'll find out the number of distinct element into the N. Take the 2 minutes of time and calculate the value, at least one or two response from your side. Then we'll move further. Okay, let us calculate one by one. Open the white. Now whiteboard is visible to everyone. Is it
Yes, sir,
visible?
visible, sir.
Okay, okay. So one moment. Okay, let us write the as equal to what is the value? Let me copy the value. So this is our value, the h of x equal to 6x plus 1 mod 5. One. Now, what will the value? Let me write this value again. So there will be value 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 7, 8, 6, 4. So for 5, what will be the value? If you'll calculate the h of x, 5, 6, 30, sorry, it will be 1, a equal to 1 here, 1. Now what will the value here? For 5, any response you can share in the chat box also. 5 for 1, 1, 1 moment. For 8, what will be the value? You can use the calculator. 4, good. For 9, 0. For 10, 10 into 5 plus 10 into 6 plus 61, and will divide by mod 5. So it will be 1. For 10, it will equal to 1. Am I correct? For 12, uh, 72 plus 1, 73. It will be 3. Am I correct? Okay. For 14, it will be 14 into 6, okay, 4. For 7, 7 3. Okay, 3. Next, 3, 3, sorry, 8, uh, 48, 3. That will again 3. And for 6, 36, 1. 1, it will be 1, and 4, 0. It will be 0. Now we'll convert these number into binary number. So if I will convert the 1 to binary number, it will be
सर 14 के लिए 1 आए 0 आएगी शायद.
okay. Yes, yes. Sorry, is it correct? Because 6, 4, 24 plus 1. Yes, yes. That will be last one is divisible by 0 or 5. So it is a 0. Okay. So what will be the binary number? Please provide the answer for 1, 0, 0. Let us take 0, 0, 1. For 4, guys, do you know the binary number? I think everyone is aware. 4 को कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे? 1, 0, 0. Good. So we'll represent 1, 4, 1, 0, 0 as again 0. So 0 will be represented by 0, 0, 0, and so on. And 1 will be represented by again 0, 0, 1. 3 will be represented by 0, 1, 1. 0 again represented by 0, 0, 0. 3 will be represented by 0, 1, 1, and again 0, 1, 1. 1 will be represented by 0, 0, 1, and again it's a 0, 0, 0. So what will be the value of RA? That will be the value of RA. So if we'll again calculate the value of RA here, so it will be 0 because there is no 0, and here it will be 2 because there are two trailing zeros. Again, uh, again because we are having three trailing zero, but normally if all there is all zero, we will take at a 0. We are not going to count that because that doesn't make any sense. So again there is no 0, again there is no trailing 0, again it's a 0, and again it all will be 0 and 0. So maximum RA is 2 here. So if I will calculate the number of distinct the whole number of distinct element the whole stream, it will be represented by 2 power r. So we'll calculate 2 power 2. 2 power 2 equal to uh, how much? Distinct equal to how many distinct element will be there? 2 power 2 equal to, okay, yes, 2 power 2, 4, 4. So, are we right with the calculation? Let us see the input stream, that is a 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 7, 8, 6, 4. So we are having a distinct element. 5 is distinct, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Can you count the distinct element in the input stream? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 distinct elements. Na? So I think we have some done wrong in the calculation. Okay. So guys, please go through this calculation and please post the correct answer in the next session. So that is a one way, that is the way which is proposed by the Flageolet-Martin approach. So counting the number of distinct elements and so on. Now, our next topic is estimating moments of a stream. So before going detail about what is a moment in statistics and how can we calculate the different moments, I have taken this excerpt from some research article, and I want all of you that please go through this content and trying to find out some perception, and then we'll discuss what this content is representing here. And I have taken this paper and I provided this link here. So this contains in a two part. So let us go through the first one. Okay, you can express your views. You can express your opinion about this content, what it represents here. Let me put the second part also. So are you done with the reading? So anyone can discuss what the content is trying to express here. Anyone? Okay, so I will leave this content with you. The PPT will be available on the motor, so please go through this content and we'll discuss what it representing, what it trying to represent in the next session. Okay, that's all for the today's session. We'll open the session for further 10 minutes for question and answer. Thank you for joining the session. The recording will be stopped here.